What is up, guys? My name is Nico, and we're going to be doing the weekly prep for this week coming up, the first week of December. So that you know what that means, the new monthly candles forming. So a lot to break down based off what we're anticipating off the monthly. Then we'll slowly break it down from the weekly, daily time frame. So starting off, you can clearly see how we were able to close back within the range on this monthly candle here. You know, I'm gonna actually just stay with NQ for now. So yeah, you can see how we were able to close back within this range right here. Sorry. Right over here, you can see how this candle was failing to be able to close back below this candle, showing the rejection off this low. So from what I'm seeing is, I would like to see an open low high close type of idea for this monthly candle. It is December also, right? So usually there's what we call the Christmas rally that happens usually at the end of the year, where we start expanding higher. Typically, it's like part of the seasonal tendencies that we usually see on December. So just looking at this, like I said, it's a pretty clear picture that we see this nice rejection off here. Ideas where price can now form, where it can target, for this new monthly candle. We could possibly see the 50% of this range right here. It could possibly tap into this. It would be pretty aggressive to see this actually come down all the way here. We could easily come to the equilibrium of this candle, monthly candle right here. So that is another idea. But the overall target would be this all-time high right here. Let me just have that and put it right there, just so we can see it. So now, breaking down onto the weekly time frame, you can see how price throughout the week of November came down into this relative swing point. Like I mentioned, this is the same swing point on the monthly candle, just within the weekly candles. You can see how we were able to sweep it on the week of the November 17, and we were able to close back within the range. So this just gives an indication that price isn't willing to continue lower below this relative low, and we are willing maybe to either retrace or to reverse, right? Either or, it's a type of a expansion back up, right? You can clearly see how last week we had a good expansion candle, and we were able to close back above this previous weekly candle, showing that we are pretty bullish. There isn't really no bearish signs unless this weekly candle fails to expand higher and we close back within this previous candle's range. Then we can say that we are maybe most likely going to continue lower back to this swing point, and then most likely back to this LRLR right over here. All these swing points right here. There is an inefficiency right here at the lows of at 22,842. This inefficiency that we have right here that could be filled. But those are all just possibilities. At the end of the day, we are just in a way anticipating what we want to see. At the end of the day, we're just looking to see what price does and how we're going to react on it. So yeah, like I said, just based off that monthly candle, we had a good rejection out of it. So I do want to see us with the same thing, same idea as the monthly candle within this weekly candle, an open low high close type of idea. Again, it is actually the first week of the month, so if we go into Forex Factory right now, you can see how we have some good news, but we also have NFP, right? So it could be a very shaky week, especially knowing that surprisingly that NFP is on the Wednesday. It's usually on the Friday. So it's going to be a little tricky because Monday and Tuesday might consolidate, right? So we can now think of like the weekly profile type of idea. It could be like a midweek reversal, right? So we have Monday, Tuesday consolidate, Wednesday form the manipulation, which is the low of the week, that we want to see, and then we can start seeing the expansion higher back to the all-time high, right? So this is why we have to be very cautious for this week, because again, NFP is on the Wednesday, right? But we also have some good news on Thursday. We have unemployment claims, and we have the consumer sentiment, and also the core PCE price index. So we have some good volatility this week, and which also equals to some good opportunities to be getting into some trades. But again, we just got to be very precautious. For any new traders, I would be very cautious for this week, especially if you're not used to this type of volatility. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. Again, just to be cautious about this week. But now going back into the charts, like I was saying, we want to see this weekly candle do an open low high close. Really no objectives that we see right now on the weekly chart. We do have this down close candle, but personally the way I look at order blocks is just a consecutive series of down close candles. So realistically on the weekly time frame, this would be our order block right here, right? Which in a way we weren't able to close back above it. But again, I'm still moving forward on the bullish side, just the way this candle was able to close, right? And also, if we look at the other assets, I'm just going to mark it here first. We do have an SMT here, right? You can see how ES was able to take the low out as well, but YM actually failed to take out that low, right? And we were able to reverse, and you can see how YM was able to change in the state of delivery, because you could see how we formed the down close candle, came back up, took out the liquidity, which actually confirmed the reversal back to this low. And then now last week we were able to close back this down close candle, right? This was the manipulation. Like as you can see, it actually formed a failure swing while the others were able to take out the low, right? So seeing this actually gives me a bit more confirmation that we are willing to go higher. I could say that YM is the strength leader compared to the two. As you can see, YM is the strength leader, ES is the middle asset, and I want to say that the NQ is the weakest asset out of the three at the moment. You can see how YM is actually much closer to its draw right here. So it's this YM gives me a better confirmation for the buy. So we just gotta take it day by day. I personally don't trade on Mondays, so but tomorrow might be a different thing because we have NFP on Wednesday. So there still could be some opportunities on Monday and Tuesday. Maybe not just Tuesday, because Tuesday usually would consolidate before the news on Wednesday. I also actually found out that I don't know if it shows here. I thought it was at 4 o'clock. Apparently, Fed Powell speaks on tomorrow as well. So again, I'm not really too sure how the price action is going to be for tomorrow. It could consolidate because when Powell speaks, price action doesn't look too good. And again, a lot of investors and stuff like that want to see what he has to say, just to see how the market's doing and how the economy is doing and all that. So again, we'll see how tomorrow is. We'll look at the price action in the morning. At the moment, it's 9:27 right now, so we're just about up. I think no, it's Asia right now. So we'll see how tomorrow plays out, how the price action looks between Asia and London. And again, like I said, I do want to see an open low high close type of idea. So as of right now, that's basically the idea on the weekly time frame. Like I mentioned, we have this change in the state of delivery on YM, so this gives me a bit more confirmation on the bullish idea. Now, going on to our daily time frame, you can see how last week's range, we actually expanded. Friday was the reversal confirmation. As you can see how we were able to close back within the previous day's candle range, and then you can see how Monday and so on, we started expanding forward back to this low resistance liquidity right over here, these relative highs right here. You can see how we came to attack it. Now at this point, I do want to see some type of new phase of price action. So we had the expansion. Now I do personally want to see a nice retracement back. You can see how we have been expanding. And now we're within a premium, right? So I'm not going to say that we're going to come straight into a discount. Personally, I don't want to see that, but you can see how we have a change in the state of delivery on this daily time frame right here within NQ, right? So I'm going to remove this, but you get the idea how we are within a premium. We did take an objective that we were looking for within last week. So now, starting this new week, we want to see what is the phase of price, right? At the end of the day, you can see how we had consolidation, manipulation, and then the expansion lower back to this relative weekly low, and then we had another expansion, aka the reversal. So expansion to expansion results into a reversal, and then having that changes the state of delivery on that daily time frame just confirms that reversal for us. Like I mentioned to you before, YM is also changing the state of delivery on that daily time frame as well, so it's showing much more strength. On ES, you can see we also changed the state of delivery on this daily time frame right here. So very good confluences, very good ideas for the buy ideas. It's giving us more confidence on this bullish idea that we're having. Like I said, it's just going to be a little tricky because of this NFP week, but I don't think it should scare us out into not looking for some opportunities. At the end of the day, we all have our edge, guys, and we just got to be patient and just wait to see our edge being formed, right? But other than that, as I was saying on NQ, let's just stay on NQ for now. As I mentioned before, we are within the premium, so for this week, I want to see this open, low, high, close type of idea. Again, we're going to see how this candle now forms within the Asia and London session and see what it does. Again, I would personally like to see it go lower, so if we might be looking for some shorts on tomorrow morning to see how we can maybe come within a better discount. We do have this fair value gap as well, right? So it could possibly reject off this and continue going lower. As you can see, the minute that we opened this candle, we did take out previous day's highs, so it does show a signature to come down to retrace, ERL to IRL. I just personally wouldn't really like to trade off this because, like I said, we are within a premium. I would like to see it come to this down close candle since we have expanded a lot, right? Since Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, usually after 3 days, it tends to consolidate and possibly retrace. But you can see how Wednesday and Thursday, yes, that's right. Thursday was a holiday. I got myself confused right now. I jumped from Wednesday to Friday, but yes, Thursday was a holiday last week. But again, as you can see how we just kept expanding with no type of retracement. So this week, I would definitely like to see the retracement go. Most likely, we could even see it with Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday forming that low of week within this this key area that we're looking at right now. So if maybe we can just draw it out right here. If I can just get my marker. Where is my marker? No, that's not it. That's not it. Right here. So realistically, we can just maybe possibly go lower. Tuesday, maybe come to fill this inversion fair value gap if this daily candle fails to close above. And then maybe Wednesday, we can come tap into this, form the low of the week, and then just start pushing higher within the remaining of the week, right? But that's basically what I want to see. I think that makes the most sense in my eyes, to be honest, just because, like I said, we have expanded throughout this week, throughout last week. So I do want to see some type of retracement for this week before we start expanding. Like I said, we have NFP on Wednesday, so it's something that usually does tend to happen. It can either consolidate expand lower, which could be the manipulation, and then go higher. But with objectives, I'm not going to really say that we could possibly hit the all-time high. The way I'm looking at it right now is we have these relative swing points right here that we can target easily. Oh, sorry. That's why, because I have this on here. Let me just fix that up. So yeah, like I said, we have these relative equal lows right here. I mean, relative equal lows. These relative equal highs right here. So this would be my first objective on NQ. And then as we proceed on and see how we react off this, right? Because at the end of the day, we want to see if it either sweeps or we start expanding higher. And if we're able to close above these relative equal highs, then we can definitely anticipate coming back to this all-time high. Again, just looking at YM is the closest one to that objective. So if YM does catch up there before NQ, we definitely want to be looking at YM to see how that reacts, because that can form an SMT, where that is the first indication of a possible reversal. So that's just something to keep in mind, guys. As I said, NFP week, so we got to be extra precautious. And just be a little bit more patient than usual. Other than that, I think that is it for this prep for this weekly for this week coming up. I'll be doing much more of these videos. Again, this is my first video on my YouTube channel. I'm definitely going to be making a lot of mistakes, guys, so please bear with me. I'm just learning, and I will definitely get better for you guys. Other than that, my goal for this channel is to be able to provide you guys value, and also just for you guys to see my journey into my trading career. So other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a good night. Hopefully this video helps you guys a lot. If you guys have any questions, you guys can shoot me a DM on Instagram, Twitter, or you can just post on the community chat on my YouTube channel. Other than that, guys, have yourself a good night. Take care.